This is absolutely a City Skylines 2 killer. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome to our first look at the full release of High Rise City. Alright, I'll be honest, this is, it's not a City Skylines 2 killer, but the team behind this game is killer, and they're a big fan of all sorts of city builder games. I've been following this one for a while, as you see on the screen. Look right there in the middle. The last time we took a look at this was February of 2022, and it's come a long way since its original demo and early access parts, and now is fully released on Steam. So you can check it out now, where this game has a lot of features that I really hope will be base features in City Skylines 2 and or very popular mods, including driving vehicles around your city. You can take third-person control of delivery trucks and other vehicles, and I think even helicopters or whatnot. And games such as Nation State 2 and Workers and Resources Soviet Republic have also recently released into early access and or full release and coming soon. SPEC is also a big game that reminds me a lot of this one. SimCity 4, SimCity 3000, and even Transport Fever 2 and some Tropico are all a part of High Rise City, a team that, again, is very passionate about building games that are all about building cities. And I really want everyone to welcome more city builder games because, of course, we're all going to love City Skylines 2. There's going to be a lot to complain about with that game being, some things missing from the original versus the second game, and of course things being added to DLC. And it'll be a little bit of a Sims situation, of course, where some things are held hostage, but there's lots of great city builders out there, and I want you to let me know down below of some other great city builder games you've played over the years, including maybe Transport Fever 2, which I mentioned before that I classify to be a bit of a city builder, or even, did you know the folks behind City Skylines made a transport game before known as Cities in Motion? You might want to check it out on Steam whenever there's a Steam sale. It usually goes on sale for like $5 or $10, and also has a lot of the assets from City Skylines. You might see that they imported those in. Anyway, I want to just say thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much for turning on that notification bell and hitting the join button so I can continue to bring you awesome people like this who are making awesome games like High Rise City, which just came out, by the way, on September 4th, 2023. There's also a free demo for this one, so if you want to give it a try and you're thinking about buying it or whatnot, hey, left side of the screen, you see there they got a new demo out, so if you played it recently, there's a new one, and you can give it a shot. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in and take our first look at the full release of High Rise City. Let's go. Start ourselves a new game here where, whoa, there is Africa and the world. Beautiful. All right, this is one thing that I really wish City Skylines 2 would do right away, is make some sort of a world map where we could select real world cities. Of course, there will be real world cities in that game, but a lot of them will be modded in and or are fictional locations. But here we have everything from Vancouver to New York, Rio de Janeiro and Cape Town. We also have Naples and Hong Kong, and even a sandbox area up there in like Belgium and the Netherlands. So we can build in any of these major cities that exist today. They have difficulties to them as well, I guess, based on their landscape and different challenges that they face weather-wise or supply-wise, because if you're a big fan of Urbex like I am, this game is a little bit more of a resource-based city builder, similar to also Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, where things are not necessarily dictated by taxes and trade income, but also resources, such as what we see here of water, wood, clay, iron ore, copper ore, coal, quartz, gold, gems, and lithium. So we certainly got a lot of things to mine here and a lot of territory to build in. So, yeah, we're going to start with New York here today because I was recently there for a big event that Payday 3 hosted, so thanks to them for that. That'll be coming out later this month, too, so you can check that out. But New York, of course, a old and beautiful city with lots of great architecture and a lot of street art, too. But many of these cities are very old as well, including Hong Kong. And, yeah, can't wait to actually jump in and see what this looks like. So, without further ado, a new city. Let's go. Wait a minute. Do we have to name it? Oh, we do. Hey, its original name, New Amsterdam, and our mayor name of Henry Hudson. Well, chat would be mad, and you guys would probably be mad if I didn't call him Barry. I almost called him Beery, but bees, I guess, are also a bear's best friend, and bees also make honey, and honey makes mead, so bees, beer, and bears all tied together. Not to be confused with Bears Beats Battlestar Galactica, or Beats Bear, something, however that goes. Anyway, let's call it New York. All right, and let's go ahead and found this city.
Welcome. My name is Ronnie, lead engineer and official voice of the High Rise City project. Our analysis of the data collected worldwide has shown that you are the best person for the new position of project manager. Your vast experience in strategy is unparalleled. Many different projects focusing on planning, simulation, and economics are listed in your portfolio. There is a lot at stake here. Our first attempts were difficult, so embrace the opportunity. But before you jump into action, here are a few hints about the special characteristics in High Rise City.
Wow, I immediately recognize that voice actor as being the one who is your expedition voice actor in Anno 1800, the one who screams, "Admiral, Admiral," and stuff like that. Cool, let's continue. Love it. High Rise City is an immersive city builder. We strongly recommend playing the tutorial if you're new to the world of High Rise City. Well, I certainly am not, but it's been a very long time, so it probably would be a good idea. Here's the island of Manhattan here. You can see Brooklyn, whatnot off of the, well, actually we have yet to build it, but areas of Liberty Island and Governor's Island are all over there, as well as Ellis Island. I suppose we can make those and do some terraforming, I hope. But yeah, we can definitely build the Brooklyn Bridge and the Williamsburg Bridge and some other locations up there. Cool, let's start the tutorial.
Let's start with something simple. You can move your HUD screens by clicking and just moving them with the mouse.
Got it.
Now let's get used to the basic controls. You can move your camera easily with W, S, A, and D, or with the arrow keys.
All done.
To rotate the camera, you can either press Q and E, or hold the middle mouse button. To zoom, spin the mouse wheel. Good. Now let's move on. In the left upper corner, you can see your current balance, and below you can see if you're making profit or if you're losing money. And by the way, if you ever run short of money, remember you can also take out a loan.
Wow. Pushing the loan already, huh, pal?
Next to this, you'll find the number of your inhabitants and the info if they are leaving your city or if they are moving to your city. Here you can see the resources. To build buildings, you need both money and materials. As you play the game, more resources will become available.
Interesting. Yeah, so a little bit like Urbeck here, or Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, where money and resources make things happen. So tools, planks, installation material. This is something I wish City Skylines would try to tackle, although they go a little bit more for infrastructure and whatnot. Hey, look at the cargo ship. That's cool. Nice.
All right, now let's build something. Let's start with some streets. If you move the mouse to the bottom of the screen, the building menu appears.
All right, so now we're going to be building neighborhoods. So from what I recall here, and this kind of reminds me a little bit of Captain of Industry as well, and if you're a big City Builder fan and or like games like Factorio or, you know, Factory Builders or Project Hospital or whatnot, make sure you take note of all the games that I've been mentioning. We play a lot here. Oh, can we go underwater? Oh, wow, this game even modeled underwater? What? Anyway, there's a lot of, wow, wow, the water actually splashes on the camera like that? That's ridiculous. Oh, that'd be awesome if City Skylines would let us do that too. I like that. Anyway, we can trade and get resources from building a port, which we do rather early, so that's kind of nice. Then we can import anything that we need to keep building the city, which we should build now. So, I guess, yeah, we have to start with roads first, and then we can build small little zoning areas. So we can build curved roads, no problem. Yep. So it's not a grid-based game. This is free curve, just like City Skylines. There's freeform, curve, and straight roads. I think we'll just build a straight road just to keep things going. So, how do we do that exactly? I'm going to use the old City Skylines technique where we use the menu on the edge there to try to make it at least as square as possible. We could try it up here too. Actually, let's try it from this way. I like the music too, and I appreciate the voice acting for a tutorial that is kind of nice, actually. It's nice to be able to listen while we play. Alright, I think we're going to build something over here. Ah, okay. So that yellow area is everywhere that we'll be able to build. So let's build over this way. Perfect. And now we need to wait. Oh, wow, the city names... Oh, wow, there's birds flying over. There's so much going on. All right, the city's already named the streets. There's already tons of stuff out on the road. I see park benches, fire hydrants, drains, billboards. Kind of cool. We can increase the height. There's a lot of options here. Wow, this is much more detailed than I was expecting. 90 degrees. Perfect. Let's try to fill that space in there. Now, Manhattan and most of New York is gridiron anyway, so we may as well follow that tradition then for this, making it super realistic. Go with something like that. Cool. All right, let's put down some residential and commercial. I guess they want residential first. Oh, yeah, and we can see the cost for some of this too, so let's go ahead and build a lovely neighborhood here.
Citizens decide to build houses based on external influences. In higher ranked zones, skyscrapers of up to several hundred meters may be created. However, this takes time. Time you can speed up on the top left in your HUD.
Upper right, but yeah. Seems like they've changed a lot of the positions for these things. Might be good to get the voice actor to re-record some of these lines. I like them, but yeah.
After the first flats have been built, a symbol appears above the buildings. It signals that this building has problems.
I think the lightning bolt's probably a little bit better than the plug thing. Click on a residential building.
Details about the building can be found in the building menu. Here you can see what is missing to satisfy the people living there.
So no water, power, and garbage. Okay.
Here you can see which services are needed. Some services are more important than others for your citizens. Residents of the first zone usually just need a good doctor close by.
Okay. Dr. Livingston, I presume?
Wind turbines can be placed anywhere in the city. They don't need roads nearby. They will supply the buildings with power anyway, so just place them where you would like to have them.
Okay. I guess we'll put them over here.
In order for the electricity to reach your city, we need a substation. It will carry the electricity from your wind turbine to your city and distribute it there. Now build a small electrical substation. When placing the substation, make sure that the wind turbine and all buildings you want to supply with electricity are within the yellow marked influence area of the substation. Most buildings also need water.
All right, let's get to that. Small water tower.
Water towers produce water, but they also need electricity. Build water towers near residential buildings.
You got it.
Under your mouse, you see a white water node. Each building which is producing water also has such a node. Click on the one from the water tower to have a starting point. Now draw your pipes. By the way, unconnected nodes will appear red.
A little rough on the sidewalks here, but it is nice to see people walking down the sidewalks. Great detail on the cobblestones, different types of bricks, asphalt, and what looks to be just gravel and other things here. Not bad. I see a little bit more German-style homes here, at least in terms of the architecture, but great to see some pickup trucks and trampolines and kids out back enjoying. And even people like kind of modeled to be doing things like getting a hose out and sitting around like a little umbrella table, getting some tan going on. Nice. Cool. All right, let's build this out to the road. I think it might be best to do it this way. Wow, that feels a lot like City Skylines. Let's build up this way. I think we'll build the whole block. Now, also, I built this block. So many things kind of remind me of City Skylines that I just immediately went into City Skylines mode. So when I constructed things, I kind of just built them as if it were City Skylines, like with a large area for, you know, large homes to be built. But it looks like we could do a lot more narrow grids here. Although this might follow the traditional style where alleyways and whatnot are built between homes from the original SimCity, so that might be a thing too, or more SimCity 2000.
Your city produces garbage. And
wow,
that
thanks,
can
sir.
cause serious issues. So you should take care of that. Garbage carriers can pick it up.
Okay. So they want us to build a local garbage collector. Ah. But where do we have to bring the garbage? Are we building a dump?
Garbage zones must be placed so garbage can be stored.
All right, he said it. Now we got to build a dump. I don't think it has to be attached to the building, so let's just try to build it over here maybe. I guess we'll build it on the lower side of Manhattan. All right, so let's build a garbage dump here. And this is probably the type of thing where we can at least delete it and get rid of it later. Ah, we have to build it close by. Oh, alright.
The doctor can take care of a defined zone you can see as a circle. Later on in the game, additional services will be required.
Alright, so we're starting with a small clinic. Guess we'll try to build that central to the city as we can. And I like how we're using tools and wood in order to build these things. Eventually we will be able to build a dock and import those things as well, so kind of cool. Okay, there goes the clinic. Great ground details too. The grass and all the flora look really nice. I appreciate the variety of different grasses kind of swaying in the wind. Looks to be a lot of trees, both in the homes and also out in nature too. Kind of nice. All right, we're also supposed to build a supermarket, so let's do that. Oh, cool. Let's build that on this street. Not sure how to get it to rotate, but we'll build it like this.
Finally, we will cover the consumer goods. Fish is one of the most fundamental foods, and they can be acquired by a fishery. Those have to be placed near water and require road access.
Good point. I think every one of the cities in the game is on saltwater. I'm trying to remember. I think they're all on a saltwater shoreline. Let's build a fishery. Wow, it's going to be really fresh. It's going to be right next to the market.
To build a farm, you need to define an area with surrounding streets. The roads must be a closed system. Existing roads can also be used.
All right. Well, we're going to make a Lower Manhattan farm. I believe there's actually a farm in Lower Manhattan. There is, from what I recall, there's a monument to the Irish potato famine, which I think there is like a little museum and some prime real estate in like Lower Manhattan where there is like an acre of farm land And they actually grow potatoes there and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure. Am I crazy? Crazy. All right, let's build ourselves a vegetable farm. Oh, cool. So the farm is defined by the closed road system. And look at that. Cabbages are being grown like crazy. Wow, and they even put in farming equipment. That's cool. Tractors ready to go with some trailers there. Pallets of goods ready to go. Well done. Well done.
Build the shipping company next to a road. They also have a certain action radius. Within that radius, goods are collected. If the radius is too big, it takes much longer to pick up the goods.
Ah, okay. So this is a little bit of maybe transport fever here too. So they're going to need to be able to pick up maybe fish and also stuff from the farms? Let's build it right there. That's a perfect spot.
Let us go back to an apartment, so we can see the difference in satisfaction now that we've fixed most of the issues.
Oh, man. This game attempts to try to do shorelines, which City Skylines doesn't even attempt at all. It's so hard to do shorelines, I guess. It's hard even in Transport Fever to do that. Alright, click on a residential building. Let's do it.
You can see here which goods or food they need. Some goods have a higher impact on their satisfaction.
Okay, so we have infrastructure of electricity, water, and garbage. Then we had fish and vegetables, and then also healthcare and shopping. Very nice.
Once selected, you can see the range of the building displayed as a circle. The productivity is also displayed. And yes, the lumberjack yard also needs access to a road to function.
Yeah, so did the fishery, too. We have a sawmill, small logger, and a medium logger, too. I could go for a logger. Alright, let's do... oh, there's lots of trees here. Let's build a road. Let's build the logger. And that might need to be within range of the trucking company to go pick up those logs and bring them in, but let's just see how it looks. We're supposed to build another. Looks like they can overlap and that'll be all right. Let's build another one just next door. Really appreciate how we can see the scaffolding go down and the buildings be constructed that way. They are attempting to try to do that. Instead of a building being instantaneously constructed, it is cool to see it taking time as well as resources. Looks like we also have a problem with water. Probably the new ones we built, right? Alright, let's supply them with water. Alright, hopefully that solves that problem. Yep. And then we need to click on a place logger.
Here you can see the status of the building. How many raw materials are in the building's storage, how high the operating costs are, what problems the building might have, the construction progress, and much more.
Right.
Make sure the lumberjack yard is within the reach of your carrier, or place another carrier closer to it in order to keep travel times as low as possible.
Yeah, we'll build one right here then. So now we have a trucker for the farm and for the logging companies, but also we have one for the city too. So that's good.
Now that you are producing wood, it is time to process them into planks. For this procedure, you will need to build a sawmill. Note, place the sawmill within reach of a carrier and next to a road.
There's a good spot here.
Insulation material is another important resource for your city. It is farmed the same way as your vegetables. Mark out an area using roads. This area will become your farm. Now make sure the farm building is connected to your road network and in reach of a carrier.
Perfect. Alright. I guess this guy is a little different than the Anno 1800 voice actor guy, but I like it. It's a good one. Alright, we're making insulation out of hemp. Interesting. Cool. Well, we'll put it on the opposite side.
Industrial buildings require offices to function. Offices don't have to be next to any specific building. However, they still require a road to be close by. Building offices is one of the best ways to generate money. Too much is better than not enough.
True. Wow, really like how they put in a lot of detail to these buildings. Almost as much as I'd see in a City Skylines mod. Well done. Wow, let's build an office zone. Let's build that along here.
The construction of such custom buildings also costs money and resources. This menu gives a good overview about the resources. To expand the capacity of your city, you will need to build warehouses.
Alright, makes sense.
The town hall is an important building. After you've placed it, you can see revenues and other statistics about your town in detail.
Oh, and it also makes people a lot happier.
Here you can see how the balance is calculated. You can also define the taxes here.
Gotta wait till it's done in its construction. Yeah, so all the roads have names too, so we can rename those. That's nice. Cool. City Hall's almost done. Wow, that's a lot of info.
In a not-so-distant future, a large part of humanity lives in cities, and the infrastructure can hardly keep up with the ever-growing number of people. Roads are clogged, there is not enough housing, and basic services are at risk. It was at this time that the High-Rise City HRC research project was launched, with the goal of building new cities as quickly as possible to combat overpopulation. The project was led by an international team of engineers, architects, politicians, philosophers, farmers, and urban planners. The idea is to build a city that should be completely functional and as independent as possible within a few years. The city should use the latest technologies and be sustainable. In this regard, planning and development of the city should be carried out as quickly as possible in order to meet the demand for new housing and workplaces in a timely manner.
Interesting. This kind of feels like time travel, like back to 1900 with some of the technology we have today, like windmills and those giant container ships. But of course, we're building on Manhattan where there's been homes for hundreds of years. Interesting. Now, obviously, we can buy more territory than this square as well. Like, obviously, we're going to be able to go to other locations and expand our territory. So that's good. All right, we need 24 more offices, so they're building those now. But we need more materials for that, so we're short on a few things, including bricks and hemp and wood. Luckily, we're making the planks and the hemp ourselves, but bricks will be a whole different story. Is the tutorial abandoning us? I guess so. Alright, well, we're not losing too much money. Let's keep getting more people into the city. Now, I wonder, can we zone without... Oh, we can. Alright, so we could zone without people living... Or rather, the resources here. We can get people to live wherever. They can be living here. That means we could do some more logging. It's good old logging. Let's do it. Need a little bit more cash for that. Gonna build 2 more of those. Oh, looks like homes are being constructed. I wonder if we'll see homes being upgraded soon. Hey, and just like in City Skylines, our population has unlocked new stuff. Office zone complexes, fruit farms, clay pits, brickworks, and a medium wind turbine. And then next is Hamlet, to where we'll unlock buses, a new region, so we can buy new territory, things like bus stops and churches, police departments. These buildings look really good. They did a great job with this. I'd love to see a lot of these assets in City Skylines. For sure. Nice. Alright, we're going to need a port to import stuff. There's our terraforming too. Love the little tutorial video. You can put down decoration. Appreciate that's built in. Yeah, they mentioned a warehouse as well. Reach next milestone to unlock more buildings. Okay, so soon. Oh, look at all the cars at the HRC market. That's nice. New buildings available. Yep, that's all the stuff we unlocked before. Oh, making some good money. Of course, we have administration, and we have the ability to planning offices, tax offices, small local warehouse, and medium local warehouse. But we need to unlock more stuff. Also, let's keep that locked, so the menu doesn't disappear. All right, let's speed up time. Oh yeah, looks like we're starting in 1960. So I guess technology like container ships and windmills were around then, or pretty close enough. Very nice. And I wonder what this starting territory is. This has got to be, well, several kilometers in each direction. And I'm assuming the tile that we'll unlock next will be the same size as our starting tile. So we'll probably want to expand to the east, so that way we can work our way towards Brooklyn. We don't want to stop. No sleep till Brooklyn. We don't want to sleep. Well, invent the Holland Tunnel and go over that way too. Good ideas. All right, more planks are coming in. Tools are going out. We need more insulation material, so we can build another farm. We got to stock all that up. So kind of cool, like when we go to plan the expansion of our city, we need to then make sure we've got a lot of resources and warehouses ready to go. I appreciate that we're using those materials directly to build the city rather than just an import or an export that costs or gains money. And I want City Skylines to do something along that lines too. Alright, let's build another farm. I don't know if the size of it makes any major difference. It maybe just needs a little bit of space, and It's good? Seems like it might come down to the workers. Alright, well look at that. Oh, I love how we can see the trends too. There goes the ship rolling by. Look at that. Insulation material is going to level off. Okay, we need to do clay pits now. So yeah, a lot like Urbex. A lot like Urbex, this one. Clay pit is next. Ah, and there's only certain areas we can put that. So I guess we'll place that somewhere near the fish market. And now we're a hamlet. Beautiful. Solar power plant, 6-lane road, fire department, police department. Boom. Uh-oh. Oh boy. We got... I don't think all these houses are on fire. This game certainly does have disasters, hence the fire department, but they must be mad or concerned about the lack of a fire department, not that they're on fire. Alright, well let's put that down there for you. Hopefully a local fire department will be welcome like that. And we have a religion building. Church and small church available too. Wow, even the fire department. Oh, looks like a New York fire department right there. The most big O trucks. Okay, now we need a police department. I think we'll build that up here. There we are. A new sheriff in town. And we just unlocked something called research points. Alright. Looks like we've reached the end of the... I guess the hand-holding of the tutorial. Looks like we also have huge residential demand. Let's get that sorted for now. But we need a lot more materials. So let's go back to the clay. We need that first. Let's build a clay pit somewhere around here. 100% will do. And let's fill more territory. Alright, new homes going in. Yeah, I really like how they build alleyways and whatnot between them. It almost looks like they're small streets.
We've been looking for suitable locations for new cities for a long time. This area seems to be a good choice to accommodate millions of people. There is sufficient access to water and enough resources close by. Thus, independent growth is possible.
True.
Since many resources are found in the urban area, transport distances are reduced, thus improving the environmental balance. In our first attempt, poor location was one of the reasons we failed. This was further compounded by infighting amongst politicians. The result was gridlock and economic collapse. Both seem to have been solved. Time to expand your competencies. You now have the opportunity to buy additional zones. Choose your zone wisely, but I don't think I need to worry about that with you.
Okay. So now we can expand the city. Cool. Wow, I can definitely see a lot of this space getting filled in quickly. Alright, let's go for additional power. Oh, there's our power options. Few things need to be unlocked. A few things are also weirdly glitched here where it's showing a lot of programming language at the top. Gas power plant. Solar power plant. I think we'll do another medium. We'll do another medium windmill. Is this, oh, that's offshore. Great. Let's do a medium turbine though. Or a small. Alright, there we go. So we'll construct a few more of those, and then we need more water. Water might be a problem just because the power is cut. And I love the clay pit. They're actually digging down into the earth to get that. That's great. I like the visual, you know, the depth of the building actually going down. Yeah, that's great. I want to see more games do that, where when we place something, a building doesn't necessarily just go up, but also can be, you know, as a construction site's going on, first they're building out or digging out, excavating a lot of soil underneath in order to maybe build a parking garage and utility areas under a high-rise. Usually it's just slab on grade, like a, you know, they pour a concrete foundation and put a building on it, but we all know that there's much more to it than that. Alright, more of these turbines were supposed to be constructed. Building is under construction, 4%. Wow, it's going to take a long time to whoa, cool, excellent. This is one of the things that I really like about Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and what I want to see in City Skylines is a little bit of pre-planning, where when you need power, you need to build it years in advance, because if you're going to go for renewables, and you like going with windmills, for example, or it seems like the best fit, obviously it's going to take a few years to build. Same with a hospital or a police department or a university, where, you know, it's not just a left click and then you're good to go. Looks like we're also going on super slow speed, so we'll speed that up. I was trying to see if I could spot clouds blowing over, and it looks like there are little clouds that blow over the city too. Ah yes, we're close to our next milestone of a small village. Ah, look at that. It unlocks sheep farms, furniture factories, small recycling centers. A lot of what this game does, it's kind of in the order of how City Skylines 2 will do things as well, where eventually we will get animal farms and they can go towards things like clothing and whatnot. That's cool. I mean, love to see it. There's only so many ways to do things, and I think certainly nobody's taking anyone's ideas, and certainly no ideas are original anymore, but it's nice to see how they brush up against each other and try to paint a different picture. Many different ways to paint a tree, if you think about it, you know. Just because you start with a, you know, a small brown trunk, you know, there's so many different trees that go, so many different colors, so many different leaves and shapes. There's many different ways to do things. All right, we need to connect more water here. So let's connect down this way. Love it. Looks like there's a little problem with fire departments up there, but I think that's okay for now. And still the high commercial demand. Let's go ahead and split this neighborhood up a little bit. And very soon we're about to unlock mass transit, so we'll see if they give us a tutorial on that. Is there a much better way to build this? There we go, that's fine. Just like City Skylines 2. Can't tell you how many times my my grids go crazy. A great solution for City Skylines, and same here, would be the option to turn off and on zoning on certain streets to try to give one side a little more control over the other. But that's okay. I feel like this game is smart enough to be able to create alleyways between the buildings, and it'll look more realistic. Certainly there's a lot of clustered buildings here, but this is a good opportunity too, where the smaller and medium-sized homes will then eventually become like medium-sized apartment buildings or whatnot. Some of them actually are approaching. Is that a cafe? That says it's somebody's house, but that looks... Ah, this looks really good, actually. The fact that there's these small streets and stuff between really looks cool. And again, this is supposed to be someone's home, but that looks like an inn. Or at least a cafe, hotel, casino. Maybe there's a racetrack in there. I don't know. I don't want to speculate. Cool stuff. Wow, we barely even scratched the surface of what this game has to offer. But yeah, I certainly see elements of City Skylines 2 here and a few other games that I played before, including Urbix. So really, it's Urbix and City Skylines 2 and a little bit of Nation State together. I want to drive a vehicle, though. How do I... is there a way I could drive this vehicle? There's got to be a way to drive our own trucks. There certainly is. Yeah, there certainly is. I'll put the trailer in for anybody wanting to see all the other features. It's hard to feature everything in a city builder, especially since they can almost take infinite amounts of time in order to play. But our next goal then would be to increase our population to 2,200 to get to the small village, which unlocks even more territories and missions. Ah, maybe that plays out like how it does in SimCity 4. Well, let's see if we can get more population here. We are producing insulation, brick, and boards now. Let's try a few more. And we're out of materials again. So that's what we really should focus on, is instead of it just being a pollutive industry that, like in City Skylines, that exchanges pollution for tax dollars, this here will be more towards... Well, if we do any sort of pollution, it'll be towards creating insulation and wood for our homes, which is a good idea. And yeah, now we have sheep farms and textiles. So our people are more than likely wanting clothes now, and we can definitely bring them that. And there goes all those office buildings. Hey, money's going up like crazy, though. Good stuff. Good stuff indeed. All right, folks, short but sweet, but hey, it is a demo that's out now for everyone, and also a game that's out for everyone with its full release around. This is certainly one I want to live stream in the future whenever I get time between City Skylines 2 coming out and Starfield, and of course the upcoming, what I'm very excited for, Stronghold Definitive Edition, getting 14 new missions and such. There's a lot of great games and not enough time to play them all. So if this is one that certainly interests you, could be a good one to hold you over for all of September and most of October until the release of City Skylines 2 and Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, but many more. Go ahead and let me know what you think of the game down below in the comments section. Go ahead and give it a try and demo and let me know what you think afterwards. Let me know other games that you'd like me to try, both for City Builder and building in general. That's all for today. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching our first look at the full release of High Rise City. I'll see you all next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Did you subscribe? Okay, we'll wait. Okay, cool. Thanks. Hey, awesome. Have a great day.